Hey, what's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're taking an early look at the Jack Wolf Knives Little Bro Jack. This model is releasing 1 week from when this video goes live, so November 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll put the release details as well as a link to the list of authorized dealers down in the description of this video so you can find all of that in one place. But with that said, 5 variations as usual releasing next Friday of this model, and 5 really stellar cover options in my opinion on this run. So I'll go over what those other cover options are in a moment, but don't want to keep you waiting on which one I chose, so we're going to dive right in. Do have it in the slip that it comes with, so this is included in the tip. Nice leather slip with really well done stitching, prominent Jack Wolf Knives logo front and center, fits the knife perfectly. And inside we have the Little Bro Jack in Camo Carbon Flow Party. So really fun cover option this time around. Got pinks, greens, and oranges. This on my show side, we have a lot of pinks and greens, really subtle orange. And then if we flip to the pile side, we have a little bit more even distribution of those colors. And that's one of the things that I really like about this cover option, and really most of the cover options in this run, is that they're going to be unique. The patterns are going to be a little bit different on all of them. No two knives are going to be the same. And so that's something that's a lot of fun, really adds to that unboxing experience, is really the excitement of what your covers in particular are going to look like, since everyone is basically has a unique knife. And so like that a lot about it. Now the reason I went with this one specifically is that those bright, vibrant colors are also UV reactive. And so did think about showing this under UV light, doing the entire video under UV light, but decided against it because I think it's probably more important to show what to actually expect, since most of the time you're going to see it in these lighting conditions, and even under regular light, very vibrant, very beautiful covers. But I did still want to show what it looks like under UV, so I'm going to try and tilt this out of the lighting that we have here for recording so it's a little bit darker, and hit it with a UV flashlight, and you can see it makes those colors really vibrant, super fun, and just a neat little party trick. And so I'll probably often won't have a UV light with you when you're carrying this knife, unless you're intentionally carrying it to show that. But most likely you're just going to see it under the normal lighting, which still looks incredible, but fun that you have the option of hitting it with that UV for these super bright and vibrant colors. Now, worth noting, not glow in the dark. So it's just UV reactive. It's not charging anything. Once you turn off the light, it stops glowing. And so don't expect it to glow in the dark or anything like that. Now, first thing I wanted to talk about was actually I should probably talk about the other cover options. So this is the Camo Carbon Flow Party. There are 2 other carbon fiber options, both fat carbon. Got both those backwards, man. Both fat carbon. And so one of the fat carbon options is Nebula, and that's a red, white, and blue one. Super patriotic look to it. I think a pretty popular one for a lot of the other models. And then the other fat carbon one is the Dark Matter Copper, and that one's more of an elegant gentleman's carry look, at least in my opinion. I think really deep and rich color with the copper swirls standing out quite a bit and just looking super cool. Now, outside of the carbon fiber options, we have the Crystal Lake Kyanite, which I'm assuming is a reference to Camp Crystal Lake, of course, and really cool one. Probably going to try and track that down, so I'll end up with 2 of this model because I grabbed the Purple Kyanite laid back Jack, and it is one of my favorite covers in my entire collection, so couldn't pass up the opportunity to go after another Kyanite model, so I probably will buy that one as well. Now, last but not least, we have the Rosewood option, so a natural cover material. A lot of variation in the rosewood as well, and so I think that one's going to be really popular. I'd actually love to get a natural cover option in one of my Jack Wolf knives. Probably not going to do it on this run, but definitely something I'm going to be looking out for in the future. Now, first thing I noticed when I pulled this out of the tube was the size. It definitely feels like a smaller knife, and it for sure is, but once you get it open, it doesn't feel quite as small. It's definitely a full-size knife that you can carry as your primary knife, or if you're normal and don't carry multiple knives every day, your only knife. And so we're 3.54 inches in that handle. Allows me to get a full 4-finger grip. I'm not in danger of slipping off. My pinky's not barely hanging on there. It's a full 4-finger grip. And so that's what I really like. I love a small knife, and the smallest you can get with a still ergonomic 4-finger grip is always going to be best for me. And so this one's just about the perfect size for my hand. Now, if you have larger hands, maybe your pinky slips off just a little bit there. Maybe the Big Bro Jack is the route to go for you, but I really love this size on this knife. 6.2 inches overall, meaning that we have about 2.67 inches on that blade. And that makes it legal pretty much everywhere. I think obviously the UK, we have the 3-inch blade limit, this being a slip joint and 2-hand opening, so going to be legal there. And I think the shortest I've seen from other countries is usually 2.75 inches, so still under that even. So it should be legal pretty much everywhere. 2.1 ounces, so extremely lightweight. And I really like that. Once I got this in hand, realized the size was just about perfect and felt that weight, I knew that this one's going to be really popular with me this summer. I love carrying like small knives as my only knife in the summer, where I'm wearing like elastic banded basketball shorts and stuff like that. Something that's not going to weigh me down. And this feels like it's going to be a perfect little pocket chopper for that. And so clip point style blade. I love a clip point, so it looks really great there. Belt satin finish on it, which is the only finish option this run, which is a little bit different from some of the more recent releases, and that's because this was originally supposed to release back in July, and so we see some of the older features from those models, but still, S90V, we have a single threaded bolster instead of that triple threaded bolster, and so that's going to be the other major difference. I would imagine that the next run of whatever releases next month will return to the multiple finishes and triple threaded bolster, although I don't have any insider information or anything like that here. And so S90V on that blade, nice little sharpening choil. Now, it does have a nail nick, also very easily pinch grippable. The pull on here is a little bit lighter than what we've seen from some of the previous runs from Jack Wolf knives, but not significantly so. Still a 6 or a 7 versus a usual 7 or 8, and really, really excellent action, still nice and snappy. And so feels very good, and again, able to pinch grip that no problem whatsoever. I did want to show this in comparison to another knife because I've been talking about it as if it's a pretty small knife. But the laid back Jack, for example, I didn't really think of as a smaller knife, and they're not very different at all. So I did want to do just a quick side-by-side comparison of those two. So you can see in the closed position, maybe a millimeter and a half longer than the Little Bro Jack, but not significantly longer. It does get a little bit more in the open position, as the blade's a little bit longer on our laid back Jack. But still not significant. It's pretty comparable. So if you're happy with the size of that laid back Jack, it's not significantly smaller than that. One other comparison, which I don't actually have to compare, is this was kind of inspired by the GEC15, the boy's knife pattern, sleeve board pattern, or the TC Barlow. And so going to be very similar in size to that. I think this is actually slightly larger than that one, but if you enjoy that pattern, if you have that one and know that you enjoy it, you're most likely going to enjoy this as well. And so really, really cool knife. Excited to spend some more time with it. I will be bringing this to CCKS tomorrow and Sunday, but Jack Wolf Knives is also going to be there, so I'd imagine he's going to have them at the booth to handle. I'll try and get video of those other cover options as well, but if you can't wait to get in the show, I'll probably have mine on me, so if you find me in line, you can definitely check it out as well. But like I said, he's going to be there, so you should be able to see them if you're going to be there. Now, did want to show some of the packaging goodies that come with it, because like I said, big part of the Jack Wolf Knives experience. So it does come in a tube. Tube is inside of the box, but inside of a tube, and really nice artwork on here. You can see Big Bro Jack with a Little Bro Jack on his shoulder, silhouette of maybe some moonlight behind them, Little Bro Jack on the side. And this art was done again by Sean Tiffany, which was the original artist for Jack Wolf Knives. I think the recent ones were done by Jay Gonzo, but obviously, again, this one was supposed to be released a few months ago, so makes sense that we see that. You can see the sticker has the same art, maybe a little bit easier to see in the sticker format. We do get 2 of those stickers, and so really great stickers. I'm glad he's including 2 of them because I'll usually hold on to them, not sure where I want to stick them, but when you have 2, you can stick one and save one to hold on to in case you decide to put it somewhere else. You also get the Pog, of course, with that same artwork as well, and Little Bro Jack on the back. And last but not least is the microfiber cloth. He has some really nice microfiber cloth. They're super soft, and I use these actually quite a bit because I know they're not going to scratch up, especially my traditionals with that mirror polish finish and satin finish. Not going to scratch those up. And so really nice and soft, also really large. So you can see if I unfold this, we'll probably fill up the entirety of this screen space with this microfiber. Yeah, can definitely fill that up. And so that's cool. He usually does different colors. So this is the first darker blue I have. I have the baby blue one as well. You may or may not get the same color as me though. It just depends. He'll stick with one color for a while, but may switch in the middle of a run if he runs out of that color. And so you may get dark blue, you may get something else. Either way, they're all really fun colors. And of course I already showed it, but you do get the leather slip. And same leather slip that you get with all of them, they all fit in here perfectly. I would imagine if he ever does a much larger knife, we'll probably get a larger slip with it. But for all of the models that I have, they fit perfectly into this slip. And so that's everything. Let me know what you think of this model down in the comments below. If you plan on picking one up, what your favorite cover option is, or even if you don't plan on picking one up, what your favorite cover option is. But thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification button. All help out the channel a ton. And as always, hope you have a great one. Take care.